Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because today's video is diving deep into one of the most explosive moments in British daytime TV history. Imagine this, the glamorous set of Loose Women, that iconic panel where women spill the tea on everything from fashion faux pas to family feuds, suddenly erupts into chaos. It's a regular Tuesday afternoon, the studio lights are blazing, the audience is buzzing with anticipation, and in walks the legendary Petula Clark, the British songbird whose voice has serenaded generations with hits like Downtown and I Know a Place. At 92 years young, Petula isn't just a guest, she's a cultural treasure, invited to chat about her illustrious career spanning over 7 decades. But what starts as a nostalgic nod to her glory days quickly spirals into a verbal battlefield. Enter Denise Welch, the fiery regular panelist known for her unfiltered opinions and no-holds-barred style. As the conversation veers from Petula's triumphs in the 60s swinging London scene to modern-day celebrity culture, subtle jabs fly. Denise, ever the provocateur, questions whether Petula's classic sound holds up in today's TikTok-driven world, calling it charming but dated. Petula, with her sharp wit honed from years in the spotlight, fires back, defending her legacy as timeless art, not fleeting trends. The audience gasps. The other panelists Janet Street Porter and Nadia Sawalha shift uncomfortably in their seats, sensing the storm brewing. What unfolds next is not just a clash of eras but a collision of egos that leaves everyone stunned. This isn't scripted drama, it's raw, unedited television gold that has social media ablaze and headlines screaming. As we unpack this showdown, we'll explore the backstories, the blistering exchanges, and the fallout that saw one icon escorted off the set. Stay tuned, because by the end, you'll be picking sides in this diva duel that's got the nation talking. And remember, in the world of Loose Women, no topic is off limits, and no guest is safe from the heat. Let's rewind to how it all ignited, shall we? Petula arrives poised, her signature bob haircut impeccable, dressed in a chic emerald green blouse that echoes her Emerald Isle roots. The host, Christine Lampard, beams as she introduces her, gushing about Petula's knighthood and her influence on everyone from Dusty Springfield to Adele. Laughter ripples through the crowd as Petula shares anecdotes from her Paris recordings, her eyes twinkling with memories of Serge Gainsbourg collaborations. But then, Denise leans in, her trademark blonde waves framing a mischievous grin, and drops the first grenade. Petula, love, you've outlasted us all. But isn't it time to pass the mic to the youngsters? Your era was fabulous, but let's be honest, it's gathering dust. The studio falls silent for a beat, then erupts in murmurs. Petula's smile tightens, she's no stranger to critics. Having faced down the British press in the 70s for her interracial TV kiss that shattered norms, she counters gracefully at first. Darling, dust only settles on the forgotten. My music, it's etched in vinyl souls worldwide. But Denise, fueled by her own history of battling tabloid trolls and mental health stigma, presses harder, accusing Petula of being out of touch with Gen Z struggles. The exchange heats up, words sharpening like stilettos. Viewers at home clutch their teeth, tweeting furiously #Petula versus Denise. This was no mild debate, it was a generational grudge match disguised as chit-chat. As the cameras rolled, capturing every furrowed brow and pointed finger, Loose Women's reputation for unvarnished truth was both upheld and tested. Petula, the elder stateswoman, versus Denise, the battle-scarred warrior, two women who've conquered personal demons, only to lock horns here. And just when you think it's peaking, it plummets into outright confrontation. We'll dissect those fateful minutes next, but first, a quick shout-out to our sponsors, because even divas need downtime. To truly grasp the magnitude of this meltdown, we must journey back to the roots of our leading ladies, starting with the incomparable Petula Clark. Born in 1932 in Epsom, Surrey, amid the Great Depression's shadows, Petula was a child prodigy who charmed Winston Churchill himself with her wartime radio broadcasts at age 9. Picture a pigtailed girl belting out morale-boosting tunes while bombs fell. Talk about starting strong. By her teens, she was touring with the likes of Frankie Vaughan, her crystalline voice cutting through post-war gloom like a beacon. The 1960s catapulted her to stratospheric fame. Downtown, released in 1964, wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural earthquake. topping charts in 16 countries and earning her a Grammy. Petula didn't stop at pop. She conquered Broadway with Sunset Boulevard in the 90s. Her pipes define age like fine wine, but beyond the glamour, she's a trailblazer, the first UK female artist to snag an American Gold Disc, and a vocal advocate for UNICEF, channeling her stardom into global good. Romantically, she's been wed to Frenchman Claude Wolff since 1961, a union that's outlasted most Hollywood marriages. Petula's philosophy? Resilience. She's weathered vocal cord surgeries, the music industry's sexism, and even a 1980s comeback that proved legends never fade, they evolve. Fast forward to 2025, and at 93, she's still touring, dropping an album of duets with rising stars, proving her relevance isn't relic but renaissance. It's this unyielding spirit that made her the perfect Loose Women guest, or so they thought. Yet, beneath that poised exterior lies a firebrand who's never shied from speaking truth to power, from anti-apartheid stances to calling out ageism in entertainment. Denise Welch, on the other hand, represents a different breed of icon, one forged in the gritty mills of 1950s Newcastle. Born Jacqueline Denise Welch in 1958, she grew up in a coal mining family, her father a vicar who instilled faith amid hardship. Drama school beckoned, leading to soap stardom on Coronation Street as Natalie Horrocks in the 90s, where her affair with Steve McDonald's subplot had viewers hooked. But Denise's real superpower is candor. She's penned memoirs like The Unwelcome Visitor, burying her bipolar disorder battles, turning personal pain into public empowerment. As a Loose Women staple since 2005, she's dished on everything from Brexit to body positivity, earning a legion of fans for her relatability. Married thrice, mother to actors Matt and Louis Healy, of 1975 fame, she's the ultimate everywoman with elite edge. Yet, her feisty facade masks vulnerabilities. Denise's clashes with co-stars like Colleen Nolan stem from that same passion for authenticity. In this arena, she's the gatekeeper of real talk, unafraid to ruffle feathers. So, when Petula graces the panel, it's elder wisdom meets street smarts, a recipe for harmony or havoc. History, as we'll see, leans havoc. Their worlds collide not just in age but ethos. Petula's polished perseverance versus Denise's raw rebellion. As the interview kicks off, compliments flow. Petula praises Denise's bravery and mental health advocacy, earning nods. But cracks appear when Denise probes Petula's views on modern feminism, suggesting her 60s girl power anthems were cute but compliant. Petula bristles, retorting that true power is quiet revolution, not shouting matches. The air thickens. Panelists interject with uneasy laughs. This backstory sets the stage for the eruption, reminding us these aren't caricatures but complex women whose legacies amplify the stakes. And oh, the stakes skyrocket from here. Now, let's peel back the layers on Denise Welch, the woman whose tongue is as sharp as her stilettos and whose heart bleeds ink onto every page she pens. Growing up in Whitley Bay, Denise was the vicar's daughter with a rebellious streak, sneaking into pubs underage and dreaming of stage lights while folding laundry for pin money. Her breakthrough came via the BBC's Oxford Playhouse, but it was Coronation Street that cemented her as a household name. Her Natalie was the ultimate schemer, seducing her way through Weatherfield with a wink and a wardrobe of leopard prints. Off-screen, life was no soap script. Marriages to Tim Healy and Grant Bovey crumbled under media glare, but her third to Lincoln Townley endures, a testament to love's grit. Motherhood to Matt, whose band 1975 channels indie angst, and Louis, a budding actor, grounds her. Yet Denise's candor on Loose Women has made her a confessional queen. She's tackled addiction, menopause, and political rants with equal fervor, once storming off set over a Trump debate that hit too close to home. Critics call her chaotic, fans dub her fearless. In 2025, at 67, Denise is penning a new book on intergenerational divides. Ironically prescient for this clash, her invitation to spar with Petula, pure Loose Women magic. Pair the veteran with the veteran basher for sparks. But sparks ignite infernos when egos clash, as Petula settles into the pink swivel chair, sharing laughs over her Vegas residencies, rubbing shoulders with Sinatra. Denise's compliments carry barbs. Petula, you're an inspiration, but let's face it, back then, Women like us couldn't even wear trousers without scandal. Petula chuckles. Oh, darling, I wore hot pants to the Palladium and lived. The banter teeters on fun until Denise pivots to legacy. Your hits are nostalgic, but do they speak to my daughter's hustle culture? Petula, sipping water to steady her voice, replies, music isn't disposable, it's the heartbeats of history. Your daughters stream me on Spotify. I am timeless, not trendy. The audience applauds, but Denise's eyes narrow, sensing dismissal. She's fought for visibility in an industry that sidelines women over 50, and here comes Petula, the eternal ingenue, preaching endurance from her ivory tower. Panelist Brenda Edwards tries mediating with the story of her own diva days, but it's futile. The heat builds as Denise accuses Petula of romanticizing the past, ignoring the Me Too reckonings that reshaped showbiz. Petula counters that progress builds on foundations, not a racist aim. Her 1968 TV kiss with Harry Belafonte predated woke by decades. Voices rise, gestures animate. The director signals cut to ads, but they steamroll on. This isn't chit-chat, it's a microcosm of broader tensions of boomers versus zoomers, tradition versus disruption. Denise, voice cracking with conviction, embodies the underdog's roar. Petula, with regal poise, the embowed oak. As commercials fade back in, the truce phrase instantly. We'll relive those nail-biting exchanges next, but pause for a breath and grab your popcorn, because the real fireworks are just warming up. Denise's passion isn't malice, it's the fire that forged her from Tyneside grit to Teletitan. Yet in this ring, even titans tremble. Alright, deep breath. Here we are at the heart of the hurricane, the blistering minutes that turned a cozy Loose Women episode into tabloid Armageddon. The cameras are hot, the clock ticking past the ad break, and the panel is a powder keg with lit fuses. Christine Lampard, ever the diplomat, steers toward safer waters. Petula, tell us about your latest project, a duet album that's bridging generations. Petula beams, launching into tales of mentoring young artists like Sam Smith, her voice a melodic lilt that hushes the room. It's about passing the torch, not hoarding the flame, she says, eyes locking with Denise's. That's the trigger. Denise, microphone in hand like a gauntlet thrown, interjects, passing the torch. Petula, with respect, you've held it so long, the wax has melted. Young women today aren't waiting for permission, they're igniting their own. The studio inhales collectively. Nadia's hand flies to her mouth. Petula, unflinching, tilts her head, igniting without roots. That's a bonfire, not a blaze. My era built the stages you strut on. Denise, we shattered glass ceilings with songs, not seminars. Booma escalation. Denise leans forward, her Geordie accent thickening with emotion. Shattered? You were the darling, booked solid while we scraped for gigs post-feminism's first wave. Don't romanticize struggle you sailed through. Petula's cheeks flush, a rare crack in her composure. Sailed? I fled racist backlash in America, divorced norms in Britain. Struggle isn't a contest, dear, it's the score we all dance to. The other panelists jump in. Janet with a wry, ladies, save it for the memoir. But it's too late. Denise, voice rising, accuses Petula of elitism, timeless or tone-deaf to the gig economy grind. Petula retorts, tone-deaf? I've gigged from bomb shelters to the Olympics. Your grind is my life's rhythm. Audience members boo and cheer in waves, phones aloft capturing the frenzy. The director's pleas via earpiece go ignored. This is organic outrage, unscripted and unyielding. Denise gestures wildly, you swan in at 93, preaching endurance. But what about burnout? My generation's exhausted. Petula, standing now for emphasis, delivers the dagger. Exhausted? Try enduring silence for speaking out. You're loud, Denise, but volume isn't valor. Gasps echo. The crowd divides. Christine calls for calm, but the die is cast. Insults fly like confetti at a funeral. Outdated diva, snaps Denise, entitled enfant terrible. Volleys Petula, it's Shakespearean, minus the sonnets. A raw, riveting, revelatory, 5-minute stretch to eternity, every syllable a soundbite waiting to viralize. As security hovers off camera, the realization dawns, this isn't debate, it's detonation. Petula's elegance frays into exasperation. Denise's fire forges into fury. In that electric standoff, two ears don't just collide, they combust. illuminating truths about fame's toll and women's wars. And as the dust settles, or rather, explodes, we head to the ejection that shocked the nation. But first, hydrate. These words are weapons, and we're in the crossfire. This clash wasn't petty, it was profound, a mirror to our divided times. The tipping point arrives like a thunderclap, shattering the fragile facade of civility and propelling us into the chaos that birthed those screaming headlines. With the audience on edge, phones buzzing with live tweets, Denise delivers what many call her mic drop moment, though in hindsight, it was more grenade than graceful exit. Petula, your timeless act is adorable, but let's call it what it is, privilege wrapped in nostalgia. Not all